Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Now, student, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Now, student, I am Mrs. Nilofer Ejaz, your biology teacher. Can you hear me? Write in the chat box yes or no. Now, can you hear me? I have no answer. Can you hear me? My name is Mrs. Nilofer Ejaz. I am your biology teacher. I hope you all are fine and safe at home. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, then kindly write in your chat box. Can you hear me? Okay. Now, Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all of you. I hope you all are fine. Today I am going to start my lecture number 3, and this is from your chapter 2, Structural Organization of Life. Now the title of today's lecture is Frog. In this chapter, we will study about the frog. I will give you the introduction, digestive system, respiratory system, heart of the frog, circulatory system, venous system, reproductive system, nervous system, sense organs, etc. Now, first of all, introduction. Frog is an amphibian. What do you mean by amphibian? That it has a dual life. It lay egg in the water, and then babies of frog, that is the tadpole, when they come out, they jump on land. The frogs are found in abundance in the rainy season. This is the season when they lay eggs. They hibernate during winter season. Now, what is hibernation? Hibernation is a period in which frog and many other amphibians bury themselves under the stone or mud, and they remain there during whole winter season. Is it clear? Frog is an amphibian. That means it has two type of life. It lives both in water as well as on land. They are found in abundance in the rainy season because this is the season in which they lay eggs and they hibernate during winter season. External feature. Frog has neither neck nor tail. ना तो गर्दन है उसकी और ना ही दुम है. Its head is somewhat conical in shape. It has two large bulging eyes. This is the head and this is the bulging eye. Behind the eyes, circular areas are present. It is called tympanic membrane. They don't have external ear, outer ear. They don't possess outer ear. This tympanic membrane vibrates and it is used as organ for hearing. At the tip of snout, this is the snout. At the tip of snout, it has two openings called external nostrils. These external nostrils of the frog are for breathing. It inhales air with the help of these two external nostrils. It has two forelimbs. This is the forelimb. One is here and one is on the back. And the two hind limbs. This is the hind limb. It has two forelimbs, four F-O-R-E, four. आगे के बाजू, आगे के हाथ. It has two forelimbs and two hind limbs. A web is present in between the toes of hind limb. This helps the frog in swimming. What we learn about external feature, frog has neither neck nor tail. The head is somewhat conical, has two large bulging eyes. Behind the eyes, circular region called tympanic membrane for hearing is present. At the tip of snout, it has two openings called external nostrils for breathing. It has two forelimbs and two hind limbs. There is a web present between the toes of hind limb for swimming. Now next topic is digestive system. Here is a complete picture of digestive system. Before going to explain it, I will tell you what is digestion or what is digestive system. Digestion. Digestion is a process by which complex food substances break down into simpler form by the action of enzyme. Now, what do you mean by complex substances? Frogs feed on small insects. Their body is made up of protein like that. So these substances are complex substances. They do not go, it cannot move into the blood directly. So the enzyme, they break down the food into simpler one and then it can move into the blood stream. Now the question is, what are enzymes? Enzymes are chemical substances or special kind of protein. They are specific in nature and they help to break down the food. Digestion, I told you, is a process by which complex food substances break down into simpler substances by the action of enzymes. Digestive system of frog consists of alimentary canal and digestive gland. Now the part of, first of all, we will talk about the alimentary canal. Kindly close your camera, Maha Mansoor. Alimentary canal consists of following parts. It is a tube-like structure which starts from the mouth and finally end into the anus. Number one is buccal cavity. The other name of buccal cavity is oral cavity or mouth cavity. Next one is pharynx. Third number is esophagus. Next comes stomach. Stomach connected with a tube-like structure which is called intestine. This intestine is further divided into a small intestine and large intestine. Now you can share a picture of buccal cavity. This is the mouth cavity, oral cavity, or the buccal cavity. First of all, food enters into the buccal cavity through the mouth. The upper jaw has row of weak teeth. This is the upper jaw and these are the teeth. These are the teeth. These are called vomerine teeth. You can see the labeling is here, vomerine teeth. They are not for chewing purpose, only they hold the prey in the mouth for a short period, so it can kill. The upper jaw has row of weak but pointed teeth. Now the second thing is the tongue. Tongue is very special. This is the tongue. The tongue of frog is attached in front and free from behind. So it can throw the tongue outside the mouth and it is bifurcated. This is bifurcated. It had two portion, one and two. Two portion bifurcated. It throw the tongue outside, capture the prey with the help of its portion, bifurcated portion, and then again take it into the mouth. Is it clear? Buccal cavity is the mouth cavity or the oral cavity in which food enters. It do not have, the frog have very special kind of tongue. It is attached from the anterior side and free from the posterior side, and it is bifurcated and it helps in capturing the insect. Next is pharynx. Buccal cavity open into, or the opening of buccal cavity is called pharynx or the glottis. This is the glottis or the pharynx. This area is the pharynx. Buccal cavity open into pharynx, which open into the next organ, esophagus. Frog does not have frog does not have neck, so the esophagus is just a wide tube and directly open into the next organ, which is called stomach. Now this is the picture of dissected frog. It shows the stomach. Now this portion this portion from here to this portion is called stomach. Stomach is a bag-like structure in which food is churned for a while. It is moved again and again. It moves from inside. The food is grounded in the stomach and mixes with the enzyme. Stomach is the main organ. It is a muscular portion. It is a bag-like portion. It is composed of 3 layers, and inside whatever is brought by the frog, it is grounded or it is churned, so the food becomes a paste-like structure. It mixes with the enzyme. In the stomach, some hydrochloric acid and pepsin are enzyme. It also mixes with the food. Is it clear to all of you? This is a dissected frog and the stomach is very clear. Its one end towards the heart. This is the heart of the frog. That end is called cardiac end of the stomach, and the last portion is called pyloric end of the stomach. Now, up till now, you have learned that the frog has an alimentary canal and digestive glands. Alimentary canal consists of buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, and the stomach. Buccal cavity is a mouth cavity or the oral cavity. Inside the buccal cavity, very small, pointed, sharp teeth are present on the upper jaw, and these teeth are for holding the prey, capturing the prey. They are not for chewing purpose. Then food without any change passes through 2 organs. One is called pharynx. It is the opening or the glottis or the throat of the frog. Then it goes into a very small wide pipe-like structure which is called esophagus. Because they don't have neck, so the esophagus is very short but wide. फैली हुई है लेकिन इसकी लेंथ नहीं है. Then food comes into the stomach, which is the next organ. The stomach, it is still on your screen. The portion which is towards the heart, this is the heart. It is called cardiac end, and the second end, the last end is called pyloric end. It is a muscular bag-like structure in which food is grounded. फूड जो आती है वो पीसी जाती है. स्टमक रोटेट करता है फ्रॉम इनसाइड. It has 3 layers. Outer one is the covering, and the 2 layers inside, they move clockwise and anti-clockwise. So the food is grounded in the stomach and mixes with the enzyme. Here 2 enzymes are present in the stomach. That is, HCl is the acid and pepsin is the enzyme. Is it clear up till now? And we move. I will ask some question at the end of this lecture. You must reply. And in the chat box, write your correct ID number and your roll number or your name, then your present will be marked. Now the next organ is intestine. What is intestine? Intestine is a long, narrow coiled tube. It is divided into small and large intestine. Intestine is a portion where digestion is completed. The digested food is absorbed into the blood. The undigested part of the food enters the large intestine. And from cloaca, undigested food is expelled out as feces through an opening called cloacal aperture. Now you can see this is the structure of small intestine. It is start from here. This is much coiled structure. This is the small intestine. It is tube-like structure. It connected with the other portion, and that portion, the black one, is called. This one is the large intestine. Food in the stomach change into a paste-like structure and move into the intestine. Intestine is divided into two parts, as I have shown you. A small intestine, which is in pink in color and much wide structure, and it is connected with the black one, the large one. This is the large intestine. In small intestine, digestion is completed. It means that what is coming from the mouth, now it can enter into the bloodstream in small intestine. जो कुछ भी खाया होता है फ्रॉग में वो स्टमक में चर्न हो जाता है, पिस जाता है, पेस्ट लाइक स्ट्रक्चर बन जाता है. जब ये आगे पुश करता है, मूव करता है, तो स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में डाइजेस्ट होना शुरू हो जाता है, एब्जॉर्ब होना शुरू हो जाता है, ब्लड के अंदर जाना शुरू हो जाता है. Small intestine, inside the small intestine, very minute finger-like projections are present, and these projections are called villi and villus. You will study about villi and villus in the next chapter of biology. But here, only for your information, I am telling you, a small intestine has very minute finger-like projections which has a large number of blood capillaries. These villi or villus, they are covered by means of large number of capillaries. Now the food particles, they filtered in the form of blood and they move inside the small intestine and they go to the liver where it changes and it is supplied to various parts of the body. Next is large intestine. The undigested food parts enter into the large intestine. This is the large intestine. There is a connection between the small and the large intestine. It is a dissected frog. Dissect करके आपको दिखाया गया है. The undigested part of the food enter into the large intestine. कुछ जो बाकी रह जाती है फूड, जो ब्लड का हिस्सा नहीं बनती है, अनडाइजेस्टेड होती है, it comes into the large intestine. Here in large intestine, a small amount of water and salt again reabsorb. थोड़ा बहुत अमाउंट जो उस फूड के अंदर पानी या नमकियात का होता है, it is again absorbed and sent into the blood, and the remaining portion is finally expelled out from the body in the form of feces through an opening, and that opening is called collateral opening or the collateral aperture. This is the aperture of the body which perform two functions, that excretory products, they are expelled out from this area, and the undigested food particles, they are passed out from this area. Is it clear to all of you? I know that you must be taking interest that we were talking about the part of alimentary canal. This is the last part of alimentary canal. Once again, I repeat that alimentary canal is a tube-like structure which starts from the mouth and end into the anus. In between, it meets with some organs like buccal cavity. It is the mouth cavity or the oral cavity. Second one is the pharynx. Third one was the esophagus and the stomach and intestine. In the buccal cavity, the mouth do not have teeth for chewing, so the food passes down as it is into the stomach. In the stomach, it churns for a short period, it moves. The stomach is a bag-like structure where food is grounded and become a paste-like substance, and then it moves into the next organ, which is called intestine. Intestine is divided into two portions. One is much convoluted, much coiled structure. In the picture, you can see the pink color structure. That is a small intestine. It connected with another, which is the large one, the broad one, and it is called large intestine. Inside the small intestine, that paste-like food which is coming, it is absorbed or it is filtered and it moves. The food particles which become now blood, they move inside, and undigested food are thrown into the large intestine from where they are expelled out through an opening which is called collateral aperture. Collateral aperture performs two functions. It expelled out undigested food, it expelled excretory products. Now come to the next topic, which is the digestive glands. In the first picture, on the upper one, frog has one mega gland which is called liver, and the second is called pancreas. Now, in the stomach, there is another enzyme which is called pepsin. Now, the digestive glands, we have two types of digestive glands. One is called liver and the second is called pancreas. Liver produces bile juice which change the medium of food. This is the liver. This is the liver. This is the liver which produces a bile juice which changes the medium of food. Now the next is pancreas. This is the pancreas. Pancreas produce a juice which is called pancreatic juice. This juice contains enzymes which help in the digestion of food. Now, this was all about the digestive system, and I hope that you learned a lot. In few seconds, I like to remind you that the digestive system consists of alimentary canal, and alimentary canal parts are buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine. I have given you the detail. The digestive glands, their secretion is called digestive juices, and they contain enzyme. Frog has two types of digestive gland, liver and pancreas. Liver secrete a juice which contain no enzyme, but it changes the medium of food. Second is the pancreas. It produces pancreatic juice which contain different type of enzymes, and these enzymes they react on different kind of food, and finally food is digested into small intestine. Now kindly write your roll number ID in chat box so your presence or absence can be marked, and your lecture is complete. Now I am asking some question. Now I am giving you some question and option 1 and 2. If you will see that the 1 is correct, just write 1, or if 2 is correct, write down 2. Frog is an amphibian or reptile. Number 1, amphibian, or number 2, reptile. Write your answer. Frog is an amphibian or reptile. Right? Come on, hurry up. Just write down number 1 or 2. Which one is correct? Right. Good. Very good. Now, what is the breeding season or when they lay egg? In rainy season or in winter? In rainy season, number 1, or in winter when frog lay egg? Number 1 or number 2, in rainy season or in winter? Now the student who are writing number 2, they should correct themselves. That is a rainy season during which they lay egg. Yes or no? Do frogs have neck? Yes or no? Frogs have neck? Yes or no? Correct. Very good. Frogs have, yes or no? Frog has many teeth for chewing in the mouth. Yes or no? Yes or no? Correct. Very good. Good answer. Now, what is the second name of buccal cavity? What is the second name of buccal cavity? Mouth cavity or stomach cavity? Mouth cavity or stomach cavity? Come on, hurry up. Yes. Good. 9th class, you are going very well. Good. Good answer. Everyone has given me good, correct answer. Now the end of stomach, which is towards the heart, is called pyloric end or cardiac end. Number one, pyloric end. Number two, cardiac end. The end of the stomach, which is near to the heart, is pyloric end or cardiac end. Come on, hurry up. Good, very good. Very good answers. Just write number one and number two, then we can save the time and we can ask some other question also. Cardiac end, that is the number two correct answer. Now, is there any digestion in the mouth cavity? Yes or no? Is there any digestion in mouth cavity? Yes or no? Is there any digestion in mouth cavity? Write your answer yes or no. Shabash, very good. Good answers. Come on, hurry up. I need more answers. The more students are present. Come on, Red. Well done. Right. Where digestion ends? Where digestion ends? In large intestine. Number one in large intestine and number two in small intestine. Number one large intestine and number two small intestine. Where digestion ends? कहाँ पे digestion खत्म हो जाती है? Number one I am giving you large intestine and number two small intestine. Small intestine is the correct answer. Number two is the correct answer. What is the liver produces? What is the liver produces? Bile juice or acidic juice? Number one, bile juice is produced by the liver or acidic juice is produced by the liver. Number one is the correct answer. Number one is the correct answer. Many enzymes are present in which gland? Liver, pancreas, in where many enzymes are found. Number one is liver and number two is pancreas. Many enzymes are present. किस जगह एंजाइम्स होते हैं? किस चीज में एंजाइम्स होते हैं? लिवर में, लिवर के जूस में या पैंक्रियाज के जूस में? I'm a Kashif. Just listen again. Bile juice do not have any kind of enzyme.